Hey, good morning. This is Mariusz Konieczny from Classic Value Investors and Microcap Explosions. I am talking about conviction today. Had a nice conversation with a friend of mine yesterday who asked me if the volatility bothers me or if I am completely numb to it. And I pretty much said that now I'm pretty numb to it. And that goes back to conviction. I don't know if you've heard this saying that you can copy someone's idea, stock idea or investment idea, but you can't copy or borrow their conviction. You see, the conviction is earned. You only get conviction when you actually do the work, due diligence, in order for you to understand why you own a position. And you see, when you go on Twitter and you just copy someone else's idea, yeah, it's all nice. And if it goes up, you feel like a genius, right? But now you need conviction during the drawdowns, okay? Because if you don't know why you own something, you will do one of the following. You will either sell your position because you can't take the pain. You will not add to your position because you don't have conviction to put more money on the table. So you will most likely lose out or not make as much money as possible. You see, I have a friend who has a friend. And that friend is an idiot, okay? Complete fucking moron when it comes to investing. And this particular moron has been aware of Oracle since pretty much the beginning, 4 cents, okay? And today he complains that he doesn't like his job, hates his job actually, because it doesn't allow him to spend time with his family and has to travel around all the time. And he could have now been retired, okay? And be a millionaire. But he's not. Why? Number one, because he's a fucking idiot. That's number one. About investing. I'm not talking about something else. He's a smart person when it comes to something else, but he's a complete idiot when it comes to investing. Now, and he also never took the time to understand what Oracle is about. So he didn't have the conviction to put a significant amount of money into Oracle. But then when the stock price kept running up, then yeah, of course, he was buying more. He wasn't buying at 4 cents, 5 cents, 8 cents, or maybe he bought a little bit. But then when the stock price was going up, he didn't know why, but he didn't have a problem to buy it at 50 cents, $1, even $2. He didn't have a problem. And every time it goes down, he calls my friend and, expresses his concerns. What's going on? Because he doesn't have the conviction. He doesn't understand what's going on. And so you can go out there and borrow someone else's idea. And as this example, this person could have been a multi-millionaire by now, but he's not, because he never took the time to study the situation and to understand why he owns something. And with the situation that just happened with Oracle, I made a video about volatility yesterday, but you see, the people that have the conviction in Oracle, and there's a lot of them, there's a lot of long-term shareholders in Oracle that have huge conviction because they took the time to understand it, and as a result, they're not worried. They're even telling me that my yesterday's video was shit because I should be yelling at people and telling people to buy it, to buy the dip. And it's not my place to tell people that they're stupid or that they should be buying it. You see, it's my place to tell people, do your due diligence and study it. And when you do that, when you do your work and you get yourself conviction instead of trying to borrow someone else's conviction, I don't have to tell you to add more. Like, you do it on your own. I don't have to tell you anything. You just know what to do. You either sit on your butt and do nothing, which this is mostly what I do because I have so much Oracle. I don't need to add anymore. I've had my position for years. I don't need to feel like I need to add. But if you have more room in your portfolio, when a drawdown like this happens, you don't have absolutely any problems adding more. Nobody has to convince you. You know what to do. And I'll give you another example. Remember the video that I talked about how I went to the bank and I did a wire? So I did this because I wanted to show my MC subscribers that I'm serious about something. I had the conviction that something serious was happening with one of the companies. I knew it deeply enough, so deep that I knew that I pretty much, if I make short-term bets, which this was a short-term bet because it's tax money that I'm gonna need. If I make a short-term bet on something, I am 99.9% sure it's gonna work out. It might not work out, of course, but I am that sure in order to put short-term money at risk. And so everybody saw that, okay? Now they could have all, and I'm talking MCE members, and some of them of course did, but they could have all bought at the same time that I did. And the stock is getting, I think it's up, I don't know, 70% or 60 something percent. It's very close to actually being up 100%. It's not that far away from the time that I deposited the money. And everybody could have done the same thing and bought shares. But so some did, but those that didn't do it because they didn't have enough conviction, they didn't have enough understanding of the situation. And even one of my friends, I told them, hey, take a look at it, buy it. He didn't. So now the stock is up like 70% or something from the time that I bought it. Now he's buying it. So now he was the guy that actually sold some Oracle this week, and he's done, by the way, in order to do this. So he could have done it earlier, but he didn't have the conviction because he didn't do his work. Now, that doesn't make him a bad person. I'm just saying he didn't do the work, because I understand everybody is busy and we have jobs, we have careers, whatever, and we don't have time to do the work. Okay, that's fine. But the resulting effect is that you're not going to have conviction. And if you don't have the conviction, you will lose. You will not make as much money. You will bail out of positions when you don't have to, and you're not going to bet at the times that you should be betting. So yes, you can have an excuse, I don't have time, but the stock doesn't care if you had the time or you didn't have the time, whether you had the conviction or not. The result is the result. So the message for this video is, again, you can borrow somebody's idea. You cannot borrow their conviction. The conviction is earned by doing the work. That's the best way to have the courage to act or not act during moments when they matter the most. That's it.